Good morning and welcome back to another video. Right now I am in Tokyo, Japan, and today we're going to be flying down to Hong Kong with Japan Airlines in premium economy on their 787-9. So it was only 5 nights ago I flew up here from Taipei. It was actually Taipei to Osaka in business on their 787-8. I sort of really wish I switched that around and I got to fly the 787-9 as the business configuration is a bit better. But it is what it is, and it's just how I booked the trip, and it's what ended up working out. So yeah, heading down to Hong Kong today, and then we're going to start making tracks back home to Adelaide. It's currently Friday, and I'm going to be back in Australia on Monday, and then flying back home to Adelaide on Tuesday. So yeah, it's been a good trip, all up, and I've enjoyed putting all these videos together, but anyways, I think my shuttle bus isn't too far away, so let's head downstairs and make our way to the airport.
So one thing I should mention is after staying in central Tokyo for 2 nights, yesterday afternoon I got in an Uber and made my way to the Mercure Tokyo Haneda Airport Hotel, as I wanted to be closer to the airport and take advantage of the hotel shuttle bus. So the shuttle bus left at 7 AM today, and it's only 7:45 and I'm already past security and customs. So I'm certainly surprised with how fast I've managed to get through, so I have 1 hour and 45 minutes to kill before boarding. Now just before boarding, I looked down at my ticket and I realized I actually had a lounge pass, but figured it wasn't worth it to only go for 10 or 20 minutes. So today's flight is JL29 on the Japan Airlines 787-9 Dreamliner. Now we had to catch the buses out to the plane today, which is not generally ideal, but we'll live on. So today, I'll be seated in seat 18K in the premium economy cabin, which starts from row 17 and ends at 21. Now it's quite a small, cozy cabin area for the premium economy, and initial impressions of premium economy have certainly exceeded my expectations, which is great. As it was only 5 days ago, I flew on the 787-8 Dreamliner with Japan Airlines in business, and this premium economy certainly matches, or may even slightly pass that, as it's far more modern and you're getting way better value for your dollars or points.
So cabin crew just came around and introduced themselves and confirmed my special meal. I'll turn the camera around in a second. I'll show you. Usually what they do is they come around, I'll twist it over here and you'll be able to see, and they put these little stickers on either the seat in front or the seat behind, and mine obviously says gluten-free GF, as I have celiac disease. But yeah, it's always good when they come and do that first, because alright, good, I definitely have that meal request that's gone through. I'm also not too sure if we're waiting on another shuttle bus full of passengers yet. Fingers crossed we're all boarded, because that means I pretty much have a whole little space to myself, which is pretty cool if that's the case. See how we go. It's the first time I've ever boarded as well, and they've already had the windows dimmed out, but I'm sure they'll lighten those ones up before takeoff.
The premium economy seats on the 787-9 have 38 inches of pitch with 19 inches of width. And in terms of in-flight entertainment, there is a 12.1 inch touch panel monitor with all the general TV shows, movies and music, etc. But of course, I always go for the flight map. But as it's just about time for departure, let's enjoy the takeoff and make our way south down to Hong Kong. For our flight down to Hong Kong today, we're expecting to have it covered in 3.5 hours, which will cover a rough distance of 2,900 kilometers or about 1,800 miles. Now, on the way up to Tokyo 3 days earlier, I was lucky enough to see Mount Fuji from a distance, but once again, I'm on the right side of the plane today and I'll have a spectacular view of the 3,776 meter volcanic mountain. Mount Fuji has been dormant since its last eruption in the year 1707, but it's still considered active by geologists today. It's located 100 kilometers or about 62 miles southwest of Tokyo, and it's certainly a sight to see, so I'm super lucky I've got such a nice day up here today to get a good view of this iconic mountain. So after leveling off at 40,000 feet, cabin crew came around through the premium economy cabin with meals. For me today, it looks like another seafood meal, and unfortunately, I'm not the biggest seafood fan. Now it looks like fish, prawns, and a few other bits and pieces of marine life, which I've never seen before, but since I have a special dietary meal, there isn't really much choice but to suck it up and have a go at it. But on a better note, the dessert was nice with this sorbet, which had a nice grapefruit flavour.
So we're about an hour and a half into the flight now. Probably it's saying it's around about an estimated 2 hours to go. So, yeah. I was thinking as well, the good part about these seats is actually quite private. You have almost like these little sort of shield things here, just to the left of my head there. You know, my overall thoughts are, if you can find out if you're flying on the 787-8 or the 787-9, here's personally what I think you should do. If you can afford it, or if you have points, or however you do your bookings with Japan Airlines, if you're going to go on a 787-8, realistically, I'd probably just go premium economy because the business class isn't really worth it with a seat configuration. But if you are going to be on the 787-9, probably go for the business or even the first class. So yeah, I mean, because these premium economy seats are actually, in my opinion, better than the business was on the 787-8. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, we're just over the East China Sea right now. I managed to get about 15 minutes sleep before, which is quite good. So yeah, 2 hours to go. Funny, I don't usually nap or fall asleep on planes, but yeah, this last week has been pretty hectic, and to be honest, I probably haven't looked after myself as good as I could have. I think especially, the food situation in Japan's a little more difficult for someone like myself with celiac disease. Biggest schedule I've ever had is about 8 flights in 1 week, and 2 of those were long haul. That was a couple of years ago, and yeah, this time it's only about 4. Tomorrow will be 5, but yeah, so last Friday I flew Shanghai, Taipei, and then on the Sunday I flew Taipei up to Osaka. On the Tuesday I flew Osaka to Tokyo, and now it's 3 days later on the Friday again, and I'm flying down to Hong Kong. I'm there overnight, then I fly down to Singapore. So yeah, and then 2 days later I fly back to Australia, back to Melbourne. And then the day after that I fly to Adelaide, my hometown. So yeah, but I'm hoping that this hotel, the good part is tomorrow's flight, I've about, doesn't depart till about 2:30 or something like that. So I should be able to get a bit more rest tonight. I'll see if there's a gym as well. I'm pretty sure there's a gym at the hotel I'm staying at. And yeah, just try to look after myself. So yeah.
2.5 hours into the flight, we flew directly over Taipei, where I found myself exactly 1 week earlier. And man did I enjoy my time there. Taiwan is definitely a place I'd recommend seeing at least once. Now getting back to information about Japan Airlines, they have quite a diverse fleet of aircraft with the 767s, 777s, 787-8 and 9 like the one we're on today, A350-900s and 1000s. As for narrow bodies, they have Embraer E170s and 190s alongside 737-800s. As for future orders, the airline are expecting A321neos with deliveries commencing in 2028. More Airbus A350-900 orders for domestic and international operations, more A350-1000s, which will replace the older 777s they currently have in operation, and it also appears they have orders for 737 MAX 8s, which will commence around the year 2026.
Alright, so we have left the coast of Taiwan. We're about 3 hours into the flight now, and according to the map in front of me, we have about 45 minutes to go. So yeah, should be descending in a good, 15-20 minutes and making our way into Hong Kong.
So it's been quite a nice flight in premium economy with Japan Airlines on their 787-9, but it's time for landing, so we'll hit the ground and make our way to the hotel where I'll wrap this video up and give my final thoughts.
Alright, so we are finally here at the hotel. Managed to hop on my shuttle bus. It's actually a pretty smooth process, which isn't too bad. It's nice and warm here in Hong Kong. I'm staying at the 4 Points by Sheraton. It was only about a 15-minute drive from the airport, and thankfully tomorrow flight is in the early afternoon, so I can get a bit of extra sleep today, which is nice compared to this morning getting up pretty early. But yeah, overall I think I've wrapped up my thoughts pretty well on this flight. If you can get the 787-9, it's much better. But understandably, they use the 787-8s on some of these shorter flights. Overall, today was fantastic. I do love Japan Airlines. They're a great airline. And I mean, I'd actually love to fly on one of their larger aircraft too. Maybe their 777 or something. That'd be great. But yeah, overall, seats were fantastic. It's relatively comfortable. I'm not too sure what's happening with the Wi-Fi situation, because that was the same thing on my last flight with Japan Airlines as well. I'll have to look into that, but I'm not too sure. But it's just strange, because yeah, even before boarding this morning, they said that there's an issue or something, so who knows. But anyways, guys, if you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you could hit the like button, that helps the videos. And if you're not subscribed and you don't mind this content, well, please consider subscribing. But I will catch you on the next one when we are flying Cathay Pacific. I'm pretty sure it'll be on the A350 in business class down to Singapore tomorrow. So I'll have that video out shortly. But yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.